before this video starts, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that the content provided in these tutorials is intended for educational purposes only. So let's get started. So today we're going to be doing another Webhacking.kr challenge. And the challenge I'm going to be doing today is going to be called Old 39. So let's get started. So with Old 39, if you click on it, we're giving a query. And this is like you were expecting, a SQL query or SQL injection. So if you go click on view source right here, I'm just going to click on view source. It's going to give us the source code. So let's quickly analyze it. So we get the post ID. So whatever we send data. So the post ID is filtering out. It was replacing any type of a forward slash or this backslash, can't remember, with empty space. So that's something that's filtering out, as well as any quotes are being replaced with double quotes. So if I go on Notepad and just bring out my thoughts. So this is becoming space, and then single quote is basically becoming double quote. Now and then after that, the substring only takes in 15 values, I'm guessing. So 15 values are only allowed, so only 15 values for ID. So if we check right here, we have select query, select one member from where length is this. But the thing we see right here is that, and then if we check the result, so basically the result has to be true. So this, all we need to do is basically make this statement true. So how do we make this statement true for the most part? So we check right here, it selects one from the member where length ID is less than 14 and ID is equal to a value. So if you check at the end, it says ID is equal to quotation mark the value that we're inputting. So I'll just put input. Oh, this came out kind of weird. Input underscore value. But then if you see right here, it ends with a double quotation. So what happens? It only gets and then just put like a select, and then we'll just do something like this to make it a little bit more professional. And then select ID, and then it's like blah blah blah, whatever they'd have, but at the end it's just that. So if we just go back right here and then zoom it in, so this is like all the rest of the SQL query, but our main focus is right here with the ID part. So we see right here ID gets wrapped with a single quote, but you see the single quote never ends, so that means the code is never running, so it's always false. So we have to make this true for the most part. And we see right here input values, so, and we can only pass in 15 values. So what do we do at this point? So I guess one's thinking, what if we put except of this, what if we do something like this? So if I just copy this, and then for input value, what if for input value we input our value, which is like our username value, and then we put like a single quote? If we do that, the single quote is later on is gonna turn into this: ID is equal to not, and then after that single quote becomes double quote, so it becomes something like this, and then it closes off like that, making this an invalid SQL query because of the SQL code, because you have a hanging one, so it's going to be false. So how do we take care of this? How do we solve this challenge? Well, what we could do is, because this substring value only takes in 15 values, what we could do is basically something like this. So right now the input value can only be up to 15 characters. So what we could do is put yanad, and then we could do, so how many characters is this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll go all the way up to 14 spaces, and then after that, the very last space, we'll just do a single quote. That's just what we input. But next to know it, what's gonna happen is basically this part's gonna run. So if we just do that, it basically becomes this. Now this only 15 value comes into play. It's only gonna get the first 15 values, so only at the end of it, only up to here, it's gonna read and it's gonna input. So that's basically what we're gonna do for this challenge. Because if you check right here, it first does all the replacement, and after that it cuts the string, or it cuts our input value only up to the 15 characters that we wanted to. And then also I read a write-up that we assume that the the ID value is our username. So that's what we're assuming. So that's why I have it like that. So if I just basically copy this payload and paste it, it should work. It will be different length, but overall you have to have 15 in total. That's why I did the counting. So the last 15 value has to be the quotation mark, or we'll see right now if I messed it up or not. So if I just copy this and put it inside here, submit, we should get already solved, which is because I already solved the challenge. So again, I guess I'll get over it. This whole thing is basically because we can't put, because we were to do something less than 15, like space, space, space. If we just do something like that, then basically what's gonna take in is basically a non-space, space, space. It's gonna take this, and since this is still less than 15, it's gonna take all of that and it's gonna generate an error, which we don't want. It's gonna generate an error similar to this, and since this is a hanging quotation mark, it's gonna be false. So how we did that was basically max it out, and then the hanging or the extra quotation mark that gets converted from right here gets left out, and we only get this part of the slice. So anyway, yeah, so that was about it for this challenge video. It was something like very quick, very fast for the most part, because like I was saying before, it was an easy Webhacking.kr challenge, still one of the beginner challenges, but it was still a pretty fun challenge overall. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something new. I know I did, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.